Hello folks, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use this ferro rod here to start a fire with. We're going to practice with it. I got some fat wood here. Now it's been raining today. You guys that follow me on Facebook, you know that, or even on Instagram. So what I'm going to do is take this. We're going to start with this piece first, see what happens. I'm going to start scraping it into this bark. Let me get you down there and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Forgive the ride. You guys are actually in there now. Alright. Now what I'm going to do, just like this, on this bark. As long as that's doing with this saw, because it's 9-degree spine. It shaved me these fine pieces. I'm going to do a lot of it because I am dealing with wetness here, and I'll show you how I'm going to combat that. This bark's a part of it. So I don't want to stick this in wet axis and try to tell them even get it on fire with ferro rod. So I'll get back with you once I'm done getting this shaved off like I want it. Alright, here's what I've got so you guys can see this. Now I put it in the fire pit once I get it, but I got little splinters here, a bigger splinter here, but I got shavings right here. Now if this I really don't pull with it, plus the pull works somewhat, but it's not my thing, so you get these little splinters out of the way. Stick this here. Should. This is why we practice. Now see, I got it right there. So I'm going to stick these in here like this. Now I'm going to drag her to the fire pit. And I will get back with you guys once I get this lit. That's all I'm doing with this. Just getting that on fire like that. I'll be back. As you can see, I got that flame down in there. You don't want to press it too much, but I'm having problems getting this to light because of how wet it is. Once this starts to go, fat wood's acting like it's supposed to. I didn't shave off as much as I was going to. This seems to be working, only don't burn my fingers. As you can see, the wind is kind of affecting this. The fire does like chaos, so I'm going to let that do that. Lots of small stuff. While that's doing that, there's something I want to see. As you saw, I have a whole bunch of smalls right there. That's what you want, especially when you're dealing with this wet weather. I still got more there I need to put in there, but I've got next size up, a piece that I didn't want to break in a piece. I think it's got moisture, and that's why. It was kind of lively. I don't like lively wood, but that's how it is around here sometimes. And I got a bigger piece. I'm just after a cup of coffee, so I'm not going to have a great big old huge fire. What I'll do, I'll kind of kick this over here. As you can see, it's taking off. Just gotta give it a minute sometimes. Also, grab this stuff from the side here. Getting the wind's affecting me. We'll grab some of this stuff now here. Trying to do this one-handed. And we'll just put it on there. Now, I actually had two barks. I had one down in there right out small, but I wanted to work this because it catches more shades. That one bark I had was just kind of small. So I just went and stuck it in there. So we're definitely raised off of this wet ash. It rained this morning, then it rained all afternoon. I was actually sure what time. I think it actually started after 12. Sorry why I bounce you guys around while I'm doing this. But all I'm doing is just laying it on there. I want to put you on guys on pause during making this. Can't have you think the fire goes out. If it does, I'm always honest about it. I've seen too many people put their... Another thing you shouldn't do is lay your ferro rod on the ground. Those orange, they're still in the wet. Get back over here. So I'm going to put you guys down now, which means I got to get you... Trying to get sure you guys can see that. The world. Yeah. I cleaned out my fire pit so nothing sets high as it did with that ash in there. Alright, hope the wind don't knock it out. Alright. All I'm going to do is set some pieces around it, kind of TP it. Fire likes to climb, so that's what we'll do. We'll make kind of difficult to set the fire my pot in there, that's alright. Alright, this ain't going to be much TPing. Right about set my pot right there. Now let me do that now. Let me find my stick. So as you can see how I do that small ferro, I scrape on it until I get something. The pull method works somewhat with my bigger one. But to be quite honest with you, I prefer the method I was using. There was a lot better. So you gotta pull. You're doing this ferro rod. I'm better with pulling it with the push method and the pull method. But I got this from Walmart. It's a great ferro rod. You just gotta kind of press on it hard and just scrape back and forth. Now if I lose my flame here. Got a little bit of pine here, might as well use it. Drag this stuff from the edge of it, it's not burning. Now let's set it on our chaotic. Sometimes I TP, sometimes I don't. I've not tried the log cabin method. Go ahead. Set that to the side, I don't even like that. I might set it on top of everything once it's done. I was going to build me another tripod. I took it off there. Setting the pot in there is actually easier, but when you got this much wood in it, because right now I'm just trying to get this stuff to burn. What in the world? Okay. I wasn't sure what that was. Hard of wood. This rain definitely cools things off. Put a chill in air. Alright, I'll drag you guys over here. I'm not going to put you on pause. No. Yeah, I'm going to put you on pause, otherwise you guys are going for a ride. But I promise this fire's going. You can kind of see the flame jumping up. Alright, there we are. You see where my coffee's at. Flames up against that. It's going to take a minute for it to get like I want, like this, but once this dries out, I have a good fire. Just I don't have a good spot. You can see how low my ash is. I took a shovel and cleaned it out. I had a bucket and I was putting the dumpster. dashing was I kept the bucket. That's how I do my laundry. I just wash the bucket out. You see it's kind of scooting this way. I really don't want that on my lid, so I'm going to put you guys on pause. I'm going to try to set you up where you guys can see this hair better. I think you'll be able to see the flame starting to jump up. It's kind of hard to show it from there since I broke my phone stand. Get back with you. But when you're doing this, beware. This stuff will stick to your saw. Not a big deal to get it off there. I noticed it hung up in the teeth the last time I did that. Was cutting fat wood out of the log I had, which I still got, which I gotta get more fat wood out of it. I gave it all of the way. It's a little bit closer there. And we'll watch the fire. I'm gonna get my jacket. I can't believe I'm saying that, but we're gonna get my jacket. You guys enjoy the fire. You guys see what that wind's doing? There we go. A little bit better. That's what I was after. Try and get the fire a little bit more near my pot. Be nice if this wind quit blowing for a minute. I was trying to record myself with my beard blowing around, so we were having wind gusts. And every time I came out with my phone and turned it on to try to get some wind, where I was standing and everything was blowing on me, including my beard, the wind would stop. Now it won't stop blowing. Hit you guys on pause. I gotta get more wood. Well, no, I don't. I gotta drag the bunch up here. Yeah, sorry about the smoke, guys. I might try to fit that bigger one in there. Thank you, you guys to see the flame. I don't really need it to get my wire boiling, but we're going to be watching fire. We better have fire. Spanish mustard guy around here is a pain in the butt. I may try sticking this in here. A little bit lively, but I don't think it's gonna hurt nothing. It's gonna work. So I'm not having to worry about really do small rods on it. They got enough flame in there to, so you guys can see. So I think I'm gonna have another pot over here. The way the wind's blowing the flame away from my pot. That bill's sitting there. It's got more coals over here than I do over here. There we go. That should help. Get this out of here. There we go. Over there now. Oh, there's smoke up my nose. Use that. Throw that Spanish moss right there, but at least it's not wet. Not wet, not to hurt anything. See how this is doing. All right, bubbling. Let that bubble a little bit more without the lid. I'm not overboiling it. I think I said this once, I never without the lid, because every time I put the lid on, it wants to overboil a little. If I take the lid off while it's bubbling, and it doesn't have a tendency to go over. Which I don't have it filled too full, I have to fill it up to the rest of the water, but it'll be good and hot. It'll help cool the coffee off a little bit. Looks like we're getting smoke again. Good part of that smoke, I got plenty of air in here. The good part of the smoke though is from the wet wood. I use that cold water you guys are on to deal with the coffee grounds. There we go. Now it's really bubbling. It's trying to bubble over even without it off. Alright. There we go. It tried. There. I'm going to put you guys on pause so I can move you. There we go. Let me do some adjustments here. Alright, some cold water on this coffee. Those grounds in the bottom like I wanted. There we go. Pull the lid back on. I've actually been keeping this in my pocket in a plastic bag. Ferro right here. I'm not ready to put it back yet. I want to take a picture of what I used. Use it as my thumbnail. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos like this. Kind of a survival video. It's a good hobby to get into, especially where the world is. You just don't want to survive, you want to thrive. So I'm going to have some foraging videos coming up. I got busy yesterday with other things and didn't get nothing done as I wanted to. Well folks, I think the flame's pretty much out. I got my coffee done. You guys saw me light it, so you guys pretty much know what to do. You hit the thumbs up, subscribe, of course hit that notification bell. Go ahead. That ain't gonna work. Hit that notification bell. And of course, do leave me a comment. I do appreciate the comments, so I learn off each other. Another thing we can do is share the video out. I'll try to remember to do the same thing. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Excuse my hand. Appreciate you guys, by the way. Really, I do. See you all later.